So let's start off this video from what point? Mr. Tackpans, who is he? What does he do? I is me, je sais, j'ai, am the participant, actor, replacement, imaginative, by creation of the equation that puts together every shape, every position of dot. Notice the words we have to use for the noun that we are expressing. It was a tall building. Remember not to run. Yet when we get older, we don't pay attention. We go down the stairs, we fall down the stairs, and boom, what we remembered as a child, we now return to the world we once were. Because we once were somewhere, and now we're always here. Don't run the double nickel of freedom, because that will bring you the electronic worlds of liberty, where each cell can go on and do as it chooses to do. And we decided to come into this world and play the game of sleuth. This is the world of A and E, arts and entertainments. It is the O world, which holds the vibration of 432. Holding vibration of 432 holds vibration of 876. It is a 10-10-10 world. The 10-10 we are in the 10 we are born into. So the 100 of two sides of 10, 10-10. How do I have to position my body? Tick. Is it tick-tock? Or is it tick-tock? Or is it tick-tock? Tick-tock. And don't move your arms at all. So how can I keep myself straight? What is the fleur-de-lis? What are bookends? What is a skeleton planet? Why have I become like my mother, like my father? Why am I sort of understanding the differences between me and my sisters and brothers, my siblings? I never use that word. I don't understand it. A bling-bling, a sibling. What about a sinling? The sin is the SIN card that you're plugged into to come into this world. On the first slap of the ass and the cut of the umbilical cord, you're ready to go, two cheeks on the way. When they slap your ass, is the doctor slapping both sides? Why is it a doctor? And no matter who does it, what do you mean who doesn't? I'm doing it. You're just helping. You're the aid, the assistant to who I am. You're the guidance. And you're showing up. What's up? Yeah, eh? Pop up here, baby. Come on, pop up. We've got the communication angle of transmission just over here. Are you going to pop up or what? I asked you to come in and help me. That's right. Pop up. Voila. Communication ass angle of position. You ever notice the cat's ears, one on each side? Right? But not like the rabbit's ears. Not like the rabbit's. It's not like the rabbit. The rabbit is like doing. So that means corner. You can go out through a corner this way, which creates the Y. What is being created by moving our lines or extending a letter with an extra line, like over here, right? Everybody knows what this is, right? If this is north, then where would be south? The south and the north, and the trajectory of our creation and there's our tilt. Okay, now the question is, did I do how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So I probably should have been actually going this way. right? But there's a reason for this. You see, 5, 6, and 7. So I went, actually, it's supposed to be here and there. It's supposed to be from here to here, and then from here to here. Because what we did is 4 and 3 is 7. So what we did getting between 3 and 4, okay, we ran up all the way towards the 7th gate, which is over here. And this is what gives me this art piece design. Now let me explain it to you. I went 4 up. I went 1, 2, 3, 4 over, and I went 4 up. So my direct first line is from here over to here. We also have to consider what is the 45-degree angle. Okay, this would be a 45-degree angle. Its primary line up to the 4th and 4th would be the primary 45. So there's a divide where it's 1 below and it's 3 above. Remember that 13. Remember, right? Remember, okay, the difference. We can go 3 to the right. We only go 1 to the left. Here we go 4. Here we go out. We have the passage to 66. This equals to 48. Even if we do it this way, equals to 48. But we can also go step 2, right? That our first, we're going to just do this, right? And then we're going to have 6, 8, 16. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 16, which is now down to 45, which is the division of 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, which equals to the 16, 8, 24, and the division between 1/3 and 2/3. 13, 31, and 23, 32. I'm starting with the 23 because it's not a 3 to 1. You see, if it was a 3 to 1, I would go 31, 13, right? And then it would be 3 to 2. Right? The difference between here and here is 10, and we've turned it around. The difference between here and here is 1. And it's showing the inversion both in this reality, in the difference of the numbers. Let me just fix that. So it's probably about 3 hours since I last continued this video. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. You see, by just knowing all the probable and possibilities and knowing that you can create a new equation for the probables and possibilities, it sets a dilemma or a lemon within inside your mind. The lemon is, A, it's going to work out. You had a choice. You didn't figure out all the possibilities, but you always knew that there could be one. But you were wrong, so you can call it a waste of time. When someone else takes a choice, now if it's no risk to you, that's fine, but when 99 out of 100 people make a choice, it can be a risk to you. You notice the way that is over there? Maybe we should look at that as us, where it channels all the way through one side and drops onto the other side. So this channel and the drop, so you do this, you do this. Now, what if this was on this angle? And maybe what if there was another teacup up here or one down here? What if it was be able to pull up the elevator and drop down into the teacup? What if this was part of your north and your south from a different angle? Right? You might be talking about the N coming from down here or the N being up here. Remember, skeleton. So I'm going to continue on to what if I can possibly remember from my last video. And I'm not happy with something I said to my son, but if you don't say certain things, then you don't get through them. And discussion is very important. And I had 2 phone calls, but I cannot call them back in the chess game of life. Happy Passover to everybody. Welcome into my Passover den, where I have the world in my hands. I've got the whole world in my hands. I have the equator. I have the South Pole and the North Pole. Now, how does the oceans fit into this? Because we cut the ball in half we flip it over this way and we give it a twist. And we have the upper world and the lower world. Somehow, if I understand this, A, we can be living either on the round part, but it doesn't go further than between here and here. And then between here, I mean, I don't know. You see, we have this round part, right, from here to here. Well, hold on a second. We have the round part, because it's two C's that came together, right? You see there's a C part over here. You see this round part here. And then round part here. And then I can shove it here. And then there's the round part. So there's two real C's. So I'm not really sure how to get into that. So I'm not going to get my tongue stuck. So I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. I have been put in between a rock and a hard place. What hat should I put on for this situation? You don't think life is a game? Have you ever seen anybody wear a hat this way? What does this mean if somebody's wearing a hat that way? Right? Maybe I look like Margaret or Margate. You know Margaret, Maggie, Margie, Mars. You use the Y, it's a division of 3. It's 3 by 120 to make 160. It's 3 by 120 to make 160 in a 3-day cycle. That means it's a 9 times 120 to create what is, hold on a second, 360 and 360 for 9 times 360 equals 2,700. And 540 is 324, 432, 234 is that cycle. 324 is 18 by 18. Born in the house of I-R. I-E-R. Born in the house of Venus, the 4 gates of Venus. And for me, it is ironic because of letter exchanges. I'll just take 2 letters, the I and the E, and I'll put D-I-E, like for the dice cube. 1 die, 2 dice. 1 die, 2 dice. So if 1 dies, you got 1 more to die, but you got 2 dies. They're separated between 2 different worlds. You play them together in the game of craps. In the game of sickbo, you play them apart. In the game of the House of 66 and 66, there are 3 areas which are not your homes. Oh my God, you see the animals here? You see the dog's eye, his ears, his whiskers, his big nose down is his pet, and crawling up the mountain, it looks like Eeyore right over here. And I think this is the owl. Oh my God, he's sitting, is he sitting at the table? Oh, it's the wolf, and that's his tongue sticking out. Oh my God, he's talking into the, oh, what's going on here? Wow, that's pretty crazy, eh? And then if you take away the front part of the wolf, right, and you just put a head, put this head a little bit backwards, it becomes someone walking, talking to the frog. Is there anything on this side? So this is the backgammon game. On this side is the house, but this is the skeleton. This is the box. In order to play the game, you open it up. Jumanji. 6 areas, and within 1 area, you could only move 5 because you're already standing on 1 area. It starts off as 2 chips, then it goes 5 chips, then it goes partner 3. So it goes 2, 3, and 5, where the 3 is your partner, and then it goes 5 again, which is you. So your side over here is 2, 5, 5 for your setup. With 3, it's 2, 5, 3, 5, but the 3 is black. Sitting on this color and that color, sitting on, you notice the way it's in between, there's 6 areas, A, B, C, D, E, F. Take away the first 2, you have B, C, D, E. You have B and E, so you're living inside. So you can't go 3 and 3, so you're going to come to this area space here. See this area space here? And this area space here? Only look at the brown area here. It's all brown. All the rest are homes. And then you play in the star system. I'm not really sure. Like, we can connect 6 with 1 over here. Or we can connect 6 with 4 over here. So we're going to create designs. We can also go 12 if we want. So how do we eliminate something down to 10? Now that's another equation coming off of the 666 in the backgammon, or they have a double dice. We can also talk about the game of pool, which also shows in the Federation of FedEx, or sorry, the Feds. And the reason I said FedEx is because F, E, and X is 5 and the 24th letter, equaling to 29. That is the birth in the 19 spirit of the AC man. So many equations. I'm hoping to find where they are. I did it in my last video. I will begin again. There was a couple of pieces that I may have missed in my last video that I will go on over again. Please bear in mind there is so much intricate connections going on that I lose myself. I'm just hoping that somebody can say where it is, what was missing, explain it to me. When you put comments out there, I need to know exactly where you are. There is a lot going on in the recreation of creation, showing the patterns of the totality of the connections inside the constellations. I'm not sure, I try to make this poetic, but the zodiac, constellation, the entire system, the planets, if it's a word, and I need to use like where 70% of the people understand that word. Like if I just use the word right? 70% of the people say it, but does it really have its own definition? You notice every time she jumps on top of me, on top of the chair, always the same routine, the ass on my head. Okay, so this is cribbage, and 4, 5, and 6 create 5. 4, 5, and 6 create 5, but if they were all of the same color, it would create 8. 5 and 8, the blue world of man. 13, 1 and 3, 4. 5 by 8 is 40. 40, did I get that right? I don't think I got that right. Yeah, no, I don't have to go to the bathroom. But people that do constipation, Winnie the Pooh. So we're going to go here. 58 equals to 40 and 13, right? So this is 3 and this is 5. The cross angle creates 1 and 7. So we collect all the odd numbers through what is 40 and 13, equaling to a total of 53, which is 15 and 08, which is ho, ho, ho. 23, 23, 23, 69. It's the first part of pi. It comes from the heavens in the vibration of 1/4 of creation, which is a planetary creation of the planets, of the terrestrials, which is Earth. Okay, but we all know this is our territory. We're located what is known as Earth, Mars, A and E, and we're translated there through what is Mercury, 103, through the 7th gate, what is known as Sept, which means 7 in French, and then it's September, which is the 9th month. It's not only the 9th month, it's the 9th and the 4th month. December, November, October, and then 3 months, and then in that month over there. $15.37. I didn't have to do it this way, but yes, 14 was an obligation, and 13, there is no turning this around. There is no turning this around. Just like this is the house gate, this is explaining to me Mars. It's an absolute 15. Did I get that right? 8 times 5 is, yes, it's an absolute 53. It's an absolute 1508. Now there was also a question, does 0 equal to 6 all the time, or is there a time that it does not? And I think I'm going to have to say that when 0 is with a 6, 7, 8, or 9, it equals to 15. But with a 4, 3, 2, 1, it's equal to 13. I'm trying to understand if this is correct, and where I see this as being correct is when you come to the game of pool, you have the 9 ball, the 10 ball, you have the 9 and 6 ball, and the 6 ball is the 15. So even though there's a reduction over here in where there is no 16 or 17 ball, okay, I'm just using the extremities
of this, trying to understand what it is, because 9 actually has to play from this position. And it's in this rotation of 4, 9, 6, 13, and 15 between Mars and the Moon. 1/4 Mars and the Moon. This is the gateway to your birth. The 8 is it's all in the 8, and it's somehow that it's a split gate. We have all the numbers in a row. Then we show you how to a way the numbers are set up, and then you have to set up your numbers, and you have to remember the field numbers. And the field numbers are 2, 3, I think it's 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, I think 11 and 12. Let me just check this out. Hold on a second. What are the numbers in the field in craps? 2, 3, 4. Let me see where I marked this down. 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you start with 2, and you notice it's 2 to 1, right? Let me see. Yeah, it's 2 to 1. 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 3 and 1. See, in 4 we can include 3 and 1. There is no 8. The only 8 we can include in this would be either the 1 or the 2, the 7 and 2, or the 8 and 1, Venus and Mercury inside a 9. And now 10, 11, 12 are combinations. You see, you can create the 9 and 10. You can through the void. I'm not really sure where I was in my last video. I'm going to stop this, put it on break for a little, go back to the last video so I can continue on. It's getting a little boring. Okay, it's been like 8 hours I've been doing this video. I'm not done. The mother, soft spirit, the fire, the father of the terror and the love in nature. So there's a mixed aspect in this. The add-on. I have a lot of papers to go through. I even want to do a piece on why in the East. Bar mitzvah and matzah. Life, the promised land, Passover, the shepherd, the Haggadah. The cycles of why 100 years, why 5 years, why 10 years. All the cycles. And how we achieve the cycles. Because in 2,000 years, you would have 4 cycles of 500, 2 cycles of 1,000. You'd have a 1991 cycle. You'd have a 1919 cycle, which means how the cycles work, because these are all the possibilities. And then you take these cycles, and or what I've created to be an equation, and find if this equation exists anywhere else in creation, anywhere that's in a book. If we've seen it in a book before, who wrote the book? Is it a thesis? Is it reality? Is it known to be sci-fi, Wi-Fi? I don't know. I'm eating, I'm hungry. There's a lot of pieces to finish. We are so far behind. And I've awoken someone to the understanding where you cannot marry anything unless you marry it for life and the rules and the regulations of the movement of creation of the universe. There is one piece I wanted to show you. Here is the letter N. See the way it goes this way, it goes up and it goes over. You can look at it as E, you can look at it as a doorway 8, right? Where does it come to that letter? The letter is on an angle. The letter N is on an angle. How can I show you this? And it goes up and over and down like the letter N. Oh my God, I gotta go over it myself because I can't see it anymore. It goes. Can you see it now? That's the. It doesn't look the same. Let me see. Do I got it right now? Let me see it. I think this is it.
How can when does it start looking like like it's supposed to look? You see, because I made it one step too far above this one, when I made it too, you see that? I cut it down, it looks like the end. Because I went a little bit further, it distorts it. Because I went the completed mile. Take it away. Raphael 7286, constellation of Pegasus, the gateway of Venus, into the house of DC, the Cubonic house. We have arrived. It's been a while and it's an exciting time. The earth is beginning to rumble with inside the minds of all, which creates the earth to rumble. Because the earth is only here for us and we are here because of the earth, the heaven's gate. I want to thank you for this game. We're not done. L'chaim.